Hey everybody, how we doing? Sunnyvale Rejects back in the house with yet another video for my friends and family on this early Sunday morning. That's right, that's why I'm trying to keep it down a little bit. There seems to be an echo and people are sleeping upstairs. And I don't want my early morning habits to disturb anybody. And believe me, I've got some weird early morning habits. It's when I'm the most productive too, I'd say, as a writer. But guys, I have a book haul for you, a nice one, a very diverse book haul. Vintage, contemporary, paperbacks, hardbacks, science fiction, horror. It runs the gamut. And I gotta tell you, I need your help. Like a friend that has a drinking problem, I need your help. I cannot buy any more books. This has to be it. This is my last book haul for a long time because I really do want to read all the books around me, and I've got books upstairs too. And the more I buy, the longer it puts off, reading books I really want to get to, like all of Anne Rice, Dean Koontz, John Saul, Michael Crichton, who's going to get his own collection video very, very soon. But yeah, I'll be reading a book and I'll get distracted, and the next thing I know, I'm on Amazon or Pango or Thrift or something like that looking for books, and everybody in my family's like, "You said you wouldn't do it again," but I do it every time. All right, but here's another reason why you won't see a book haul from me for a while, and that's because the Salvation Army down the street from my house, which I have mentioned time and time again, I know you guys are tired of it, but it is closing down. I did a short the other day and it got a lot of views, but everything must go. If you're in the West Palm Beach area and you're looking for everything from badass leather jackets to art, phenomenal framed art, antique silverware and what do you call plates and dishes, that kind of stuff. Good stuff, books, really good furniture, leather couches, that kind of stuff. Then it's the Salvation Army across from the airport, the strip there on Military. You got to check it out. You maybe have a week left. But anyway, to make a long story short, or as short as I can make it, I went there the other day on my lunch break from work and I found every single book that you're about to see except for two. And I will tell you what those books are, and I found them both at Pango. Both were great buys. But when I show you the books I found recently, I might not need to buy another book for a while anyway, just if I had these alone. So that's it. I promise you, I'm shutting up loud. I'm shutting up now. Let me show you some cool books. How's that? We'll start with this. Goosebumps. This is for my son. He's finally okayed the Goosebumps collection video, so you might see that soon too, and maybe he'll join me and be in the video, but this is Bad Hair Day. Piers Anthony and Robert E. Margroff, the ESP worm. Have you ever heard about this? That's all embossed. Do I have another copy of this? Maybe. The SP worm. Yeah, I've been buying a lot of science fiction novels from that Salvation Army. They have a stacked rack dedicated to vintage sci-fi, so I'll pick up some every now and then. But recently I've gotten a few. The ESP worm. What's this? D.D. Town. F. Paul Wilson's D.D. Town. I read the back of this and I picked it up. The cover was kind of cool too, but the back blurb are little quotes about the book, excerpt, those kind of things. It just got my attention. When all the good folks have gone to space, what's left is D.D. Town world. Pit bulls have been replaced by genetically engineered tyrannosauruses. Clones of dead movie idols are available to all who have the price. Okay. Urchins, children born without a license, have no rights, not even the right to exist. You get it. Futuristic, dystopian novel. Looks cool. We'll see. I know you've heard of this. Dune Messiah. Frank Herbert. Look at that. This is in really good shape, and I swear to you, it might run you 49 cents. I usually pay cash, right? But if I don't have cash and I see stuff I want, I can usually dig the money out of my damn center console and afford just about anything I want there. And I do like to dig. There's something therapeutic about it. I don't know what it is, but I go there to kill time and to clear my head and just kind of look around, and I see other people too there in another world, you know. I showed you the Dune Messiah a little bit early. Let me go to this. This is Dave Barry's Big Trouble. He won the Pulitzer, and this was his first novel, Big Trouble. Look at that guy. Whatever the hell's about to come out of his mouth is going to be funny as hell. This is Big Trouble. They made a movie about it, and this is a first edition hardback. Really nice. I've been seeing James Patterson novels for a while now, and I never thought about it until I picked one up the other day. It was the next one, and started reading a little bit, and I was like, damn, man, this might be, you know, for one, a thriller for the everyman. You know, you can tell by the font and stuff, and the language isn't too deep or lofty, that he's just trying to reach as many people as he can, tell a good story, make some likable characters, and hope you like the one before it enough to buy the next. I heard Michael Crichton say that, and that's kind of cool. But this one here, When the Wind Blows, these are nice hardbacks too. You know, that silver is all embossed, very shiny and reflective, and like I always say, it grabs your attention. You know, you walk by and you see this, something like this, just like that, and you're like, huh, what was that? And there you go. When the Wind Blows. Franny O'Neill is a young and talented veterinarian living in Colorado, plagued by the mysterious murder of her husband, David, a local doctor. Franny throws herself into her work. It is not long before another bizarre murder occurs, and Kit Harrison, a troubled and unconventional FBI agent, arrives on her doorstep to save the day. It's When the Wind Blows, James Patterson. I'm going to give the books that I have at least a shot, and if I like it, I'll buy more. Okay, here we go. God, Emperor of Dune. Yeah, this is a beautiful book. Sorry, I was mesmerized there for a second. This is a beautiful book. I have it listed for sale right now on Pango for $7, I think. But this is a very, very nice copy and a hell of a pickup. The crowning achievement of the most successful science fiction series in history. With more than 10 million copies sold, Frank Herbert's magnificent Dune books stand among the major achievements of the imagination. Have you guys ever read this? I haven't. I read Dune 30 damn years ago. I remember it, you know. I remember it, but I don't know anything about this book, but I've heard it. It is a masterpiece. What do you guys think? Let me know. Anne Rice's Violin. I do have a hardback copy of this, but sometimes I'll buy paperbacks so that I don't mess up my first edition hardbacks. And in her case, it might be signed. I have a few of her books signed. If you haven't seen my signed book video, please check it out. It's pretty cool, you know, if you're into that kind of thing. Got Elmore Leonard, Anne Rice, John Saul, R.L. Stein. Come on. But yeah, Anne Rice, man, all of her books rock. I found another copy of this. Teacher's Pet. Point Horror Staple. Teacher's Pet. Look what the cat dragged in. Katie likes a little thrill. She likes a little scare. And she loves getting the chance to go to the exclusive week-long writing conference taught by the famous master of horror himself. He's so good at being so bad. Oh boy. Teacher's Pet. Have you read it? What do you know about it? Tell me. I haven't read it yet. Dead End. R.L. Stein, Fear Street, Dead End. Now, it looks good on the outside, right? Spine is uncreased. There's no tears or anything like that, you know? Just a little aged, you know? But otherwise, in really good shape. And again, you know, this will run you 49 cents. That's crazy. I think about that all the time. The lady ringing me up, she knows me. She sees me all the time, and she knows I buy a lot of books for students and that kind of thing, and she always hooks me up with a 25% discount. And I'm so grateful to her, and she's really cool, and God bless her wherever she goes after this. I hope she has a great life and has everything she needs and is successful and, you know, all that good stuff, because she's a wonderful woman. But they have no idea what they've got. And the same is true for furniture, baseball gloves even. jackets, stuff like that. I mean, really nice stuff, because across the street is, well, across the bridge is Palm Beach, and a lot of those rich millionaires donate to this specific Salvation Army. So that's very cool. Okay, guys, it's getting serious now. Stephen King's Firestarter. This is a 1980 book club edition. Look at that. Word up to Shadyside Library. He had a copy, and I saw it, and I fell in love with it, and I was like, I want that, if for no other reason, just to pick up and look at. This is a beautiful book with a gorgeous, intriguing, powerful cover here. The color scheme is perfect, and it is brilliant in its simplicity. I love it. I've wanted it since I saw it, and here it is. Firestarter. You guys know about Firestarter? Come on now, you know more than I do. I like this paper too, where it's uneven. Knopf with Anne Rice and Michael Crichton did a great job on their paper. Luxurious, thick paper that feels really good in the hands. Like, I don't know, it lends a certain palpability to the story, if that makes any sense, but I don't know. It makes for a richer experience. All right, well, anyway, shut the hell up here. In 1969, Andy McGee and Vicki Tomlinson participate in a drug experiment run by a veiled government agency known as The Shop. 1 year later, they marry. 2 years after that, their little girl, Charlie, sets her teddy bear on fire by looking at it. Oh boy. I got a dirty look from a student the other day that if she had had powers right then, I would have known it. She came in late. Beautiful book, right? She came in late, and I said, you know, what's her name? You know, as she walked to the back of the room, and she just turned around and goes, and all I said was, good morning. Hope everything's okay. Because I do know when to shut up. Like right now. These last few books I was very excited about. And the last two books are books that I got from Pango Sellers. They're in wonderful shape. I was very excited and grateful to get them. But here's the last book I found at my most recent trip to the Salvation Army, which might be my last for a very, very long time. Now, when was the last time you ever saw a Christopher Pike book anywhere in the wild? I have seen a few, but while I was at the Goodwill, I also saw See You Later. And I saw a Wendy Corsi Staub book too. But I didn't buy the Christopher Pike book, for one, because I have it, and two, because it had a spine, it had damage to the spine. But look at this. Yeah, I know. But the spine is nice. It's still fairly crisp and fresh. Come on. Was it ICP's song Cemetery Girl, where he's like, you're just prejudiced. You're prejudiced against dead people. She's still fresh. Alright, but this is a beautiful book. Season of Passage, but it's got really small font, but I'm going to have to suck it up and read this one. Dr. Lauren Wagner was a celebrity. She was involved with the most exciting adventure mankind had ever undertaken. The whole world admired and respected her, but Lauren knew fear. Inside, voices entreating her to love them. Outside, the mystery of the missing group that had gone before her. The dead group. But were they simply dead, or something else? A terrifying novel of horror and, surprisingly, of salvation from one of America's best-selling writers, a novel you won't forget, The Season of Passage. Yes, I've heard great things about this. I was very excited to have it and see it. It's like finding money on the ground. But I'm telling you, this place has tons and tons of stuff. All right, here's the last two. I did not get this at Salvation Army. I got this at Pango. And it's Philip Dick's written in 1954, published in 1955. I'd be lying if I said what number book of his it is, but it was one of his early books. It's the Solar Lottery, and I love his book designs, almost all of them. Really trippy colors that somehow work, like the Seattle Seahawks football jerseys, like these colors here, somehow they just work. They just work, man. Nice, fresh, clean copy. This probably ran me like $10, $9, something like that. One of the most original practitioners writing any kind of fiction. The year is 2203. and the ruler of the universe is chosen according to the random laws of a strange game under the control of Quizmaster Varric. But when Ted Bentley, a research technician recently dismissed from his job, signs on to work for Varric, he has no idea that Leon Cartwright is about to become the new Quizmaster. Maybe they were going to say something exciting after that, but I reached my limit. Philip K. Dick tended to write about the working class individual. Not that the person's employment really made that big of a difference, but I guess that's in a video it said at some point one of his wives said that those are the people he could relate to, so you see those people in those professions a lot in his books. And that's weird about the future or science fiction novels. They're in the future, but somehow also in the past. Their spaceships are rusting and shit and look like something out of the Wild West somehow. Have you ever noticed that? Look at Star Wars again. You'll see it is in the future because they're flying around in spaceships from galaxy to galaxy, but the shit looks old, you know? Alright, know when to shut up, right? Final book in the last haul, at least of this year, and at least until I read a shit ton of books like the ones behind me. It's Richard Lehman. It's Bite by Richard Lehman. I don't know anything at all about him except that maybe he writes about tits a lot. You know, I've heard that for what it's worth. Bite, but I saw it and I could tell from the pictures that it was a beautiful copy, and I was like, let this be my introduction to Richard Lehman. What do you guys think? Do you have an opinion about this book or his work? I'd love to hear it. No one writes like Lehman, and you're going to have a good time with anything he writes. That's Dean Koontz. It's almost midnight. Cat's on the bed, face down and naked. She's Sam's former girlfriend, the only woman he's ever loved. Sam's in the closet with a hammer in one hand and a wooden stake in the other. Together they wait as the clock ticks down because the vampire is coming. And that dude's going to jump out of the closet, use his girlfriend for bait, and eliminate that vampire. That's the last book in this video, y'all. It's Richard Lehman's Bite. Tell me about it, but don't give away spoilers. I'd love to know what you think. Guys, I gotta go to the grocery store and get some sugar for my coffee. I need to wake up. It might seem like I'm down, but I'm not. I'm in such a good mood. I'm just trying to be quiet, and maybe because my coffee didn't have any sugar in it, I couldn't drink it. So I gotta go to the grocery store, get some sugar, and maybe go for a walk. But that's that for today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for checking out my books. And as always, if you like what I do, please like and subscribe, because your support keeps me going. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. Get out there and do something special.